Good afternoon. I'm Colonel John Bolduc, Superintendent of the Nebraska State Patrol. We're here today to provide some preliminary information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred this morning in North Lincoln near 56th and Arbor Road. I'm joined today by Lancaster County Sheriff Terry Wagner and Lincoln Police Acting Chief Brian Jackson. The incident involved both the Nebraska State Patrol and the Lincoln Police Department. Both agencies have requested the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office to investigate this incident. For the purposes of today's media conference, Sheriff Wagner will provide preliminary details on today's events, and Chief Jackson and I will each provide information as it pertains to the Lincoln Police Department and the Nebraska State Patrol. Sheriff Terry Wagner.
Thank you, Colonel. At approximately 8:39 hours this morning, a man reported he was robbed in the parking lot of a Northwest Lincoln hotel by a white male armed with a pistol and accompanied by a white female driving a white Chevrolet Trailblazer. While the Lincoln police officer was taking the report, the victim was alerted his credit card was attempted to be used at a North Lincoln business. Shortly thereafter, the victim was again alerted to his credit card use at a gas station in Northeast Lincoln. A Nebraska State trooper spotted the vehicle westbound on Superior Street near the 5500 block. As the trooper attempted to stop the vehicle, it fled westbound on Superior Street. During the pursuit, the male suspect began shooting from the moving vehicle at the trooper. The trooper attempted to stop the Trailblazer with an intervention technique. The Trailblazer came to rest across the southbound traffic lanes underneath the I-80 bridge on North 56th Street or US Highway 77. By this time, the original trooper was assisted by another trooper and a Lincoln police officer. During an exchange of gunfire, the male suspect was shot. The female suspect also produced a gun and disobeyed officers' commands. The female suspect was also shot. Officers attempted life-saving measures and summoned medical personnel to the scene. Both suspects were transported to a local area hospital by Lincoln Fire and Rescue. The male suspect is in intensive care unit in life-threatening condition. The female suspect was transported to the same hospital where she underwent emergency surgery but ultimately succumbed to her injuries. Both suspects have been identified and are from Wyoming. One of the troopers was injured during the crash that occurred during the pursuit and was also transported to the hospital. He is in good condition and has been released. The initial investigation indicates that the vehicle driven by the suspects was stolen out of Wyoming and that firearms were recovered at the scene. In accordance with law enforcement best practices and our interlocal agreements, Acting Chief of Police Brian Jackson and Colonel John Bolduc asked for the assistance of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office in conducting the investigation into the pursuit and the shooting. Our joint force investigation team and our combined crime scene investigators are conducting the investigation. We are working to, an autopsy is scheduled for the female suspect. Names of the suspects are being withheld pending notification.